we're going to go ahead and start time in 3, 2, 1, go. So here's we're going through the tutorial here. This is not really too much to talk about here. Just teaching us how to play the game. There is a little bit of interesting speed tech here. So something the game doesn't really teach you here is dash cancels. Okay, well, I just failed that one completely. Messed my groove up altogether. Dash cancels and just dashing in general, as you can see, is the fastest movement of the game. As you can probably agree, I might notice, there's a lot of meleeing. We will be getting another ability here shortly, showing us how to do stuff like shooting, which won't be used. The shooting is not going to be used too much through the run. Most combat is through melee. So here's just teaching us how to use shooting. This is actually pretty precise, weirdly enough. It's a very precise shooting there. So we're going to go through here. This is where the fun begins here. So we're going to make 2 new saves here. Oop. Okay. So this is known as the menu glitch. So to put in short here, we're essentially making, if you hit confirm and cancel at the same time, you will open up a prompt. With that prompt, you essentially are able to carry it over to other saves or in other areas here. So to give the kind of down and dirty of what we're doing here, we're trying to get Shizuku, who is a very overpowered character, into the main game from the tutorial, and that didn't work for some reason. Forgot. I gotta go here. There we go. Oh, oops, I messed it up. Okay, let's do that again one more time. Okay, apologize for this. This was very sloppy. Really? That's fine. I am playing this very sloppy. I apologize. Okay. Okay, that just didn't work for some reason. That's fine. God. So we're gonna just, so we can secure this. Follow. A little bit of sloppy menuing, a little bit of me just playing poorly, a little bit of everything. That's okay. I messed up the whole smooth motion of it all, and it just kind of just spiraled out of control. That's all that really happened there. It's fine. We fixed it. That's all that matters. Thank you for the good luck. Okay, so here we're just going. So now with blank save, this has essentially unlocked all of the abilities that we aren't supposed to have all of them yet, but we have them now. But right now we're only supposed to actually technically have our shooting ability here. But but due to the fact that the ability glitch known as blank save, we are able to essentially have all of our abilities unlocked at once. Along with all of our elements, which is actually going to be a key thing here for anyone that's actually played the game. Then they will know that you would know that to get all the elements, you have to go to all of the respective. Essentially, it's go to almost all of the respective. All the respective temple or all of the respective temples. I cannot speak today. I apologize. To get all the elements, but due to the fact of blank save, we are able to unlock the ability to have it all of the abilities all at once. I'm already losing a bunch of time. Well, rip PBing this run, huh? It's okay. It's not that big of a deal. So here, you might have seen that I already had the shield, but I'm not. That the shield's actually already disabled for that specific part for some odd reason. So, what are the different? So there's a couple differences between Shizuka and Lie. There we go. Got him to do it. At least I got that. So the difference is the fact that Shizuka has essentially the stats of a level 64 character, fully statted out, fully geared. Whereas Lie has none of that. I know, great description. Okay. Okay, let's just pretend like that never happened. That ship never happened. So, on top of the fact that she only has 3 abilities outside of Lie, who has all of the abilities, which that will be coming into play soon-ish. But it's already kind of been shown that she has the ability to spiral dance. So that was known. Something else I forgot to mention was oh my goodness, that one poorly. Oh god, oh my goodness, I can't believe, dude, I missed that. That feels bad. I am sorry, my commentary is all over the place. Like, me messing up that setup just has thrown off my rhythm. Let's start from the beginning. Hi, my name is Sloa, and I am doing a very bad run of Crosscode. At least I got that first try. Oh my goodness, this run is so bad. Okay, so essentially what you're seeing me doing when I do this, when I'm saving between transitions like that, that's known as a save warp. So what this does is it essentially looks for a save that shares a name with another transition, and with that transition, it will essentially it will look for exit and it will put you there instead of the original spot, or it'll put you into a default if it can't find a spot, if it cannot find a similar name. So here we're gonna make a save here. This is going to be going through about how elements work, how the circuits work, But as you see, we kind of lost all of our elements, but that's why we made the save. We're going to be doing a back in time, which you've already seen us already do like a few times. So essentially what a back in time does is it takes a save from original spot. It takes save from one location from one save, and puts it there by delaying the load. It'll essentially place you there, place you into where another save is. So it's the best way I can explain. Best way I can explain it. So we're going to quit out again. You guys get to see my nice background. Oh, you guys can enjoy the Bay Grease again. So here, this is what's known as character swap. It works very similar to Back in Time. I messed up. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's annoying, but it's fine. Again, it just, everything has thrown me off my groove. This is gonna load up the wrong one, isn't it? No, it doesn't. Okay, cool. Okay. Okay, give me a second to collect my thoughts. Okay, so what we're essentially doing here is doing what is known as a character swap. So so you're probably asking, Slow, what is a character swap? Because I haven't actually explained what it does. So what a character swap is exactly how it sounds. We're essentially swapping characters. So you're asking, but Sloa, why would you want to do that? Well, you see, like I explained before, Lie is the only one that can use abilities. So due to the fact of that, actually I need to go this way. So due to the fact of that, we're only able to do this next exclusive trick with Lie. But first, we need to go buy some items. So this is an example of what happens when when you use a save warp, and it sets you to the default location. This one also just happens to set you to the default location. It happens to allow us to go to the end of, essentially, the final city of the game. Well, at least I got that first try. So this is known as the vendor glitch. If you cancel a frame after you open up that prompt, you can essentially try and quote unquote buy an item that you're selling. And as long as you can buy more of that item that you are quote unquote selling, it will go over the number that you own, and you can essentially get infinite money. At least I nailed something here. Like, geez, I have just been all over the place with this. I apologize, guys. I can finally take a breather. Give myself a pat on the back on that for that one. Okay. So with that being said, now we need to buy a few items here. I'm going to just buy like 5 of these, just for safety, just for like extreme safety, just so I don't, just in case I like die or something. It's very, very highly unlikely. But with how this new route is, it could happen. Make sure tutorials are on. Okay, that is very crucial for the next skip we're about to do. So right here, so you guys see this barrier here, right? Yeah, we're gonna just go right past it. So just like Wind Waker, we're gonna just kind of just run past a barrier. Okay, well, if I don't time this stuff incorrectly. Oh my goodness, can I stop timing this early? That'll work. Wow, first try when I actually get it correctly. So this is known as barrier skip. So if you dash into a barrier and then at a certain frame pretty much turn on tutorials, you're able to just kind of break past that barrier. And this happens to bring us to the last area of the game. So we're just gonna look at the scenery. Nice scenery. It's very nice. I think it looks pretty. What do you guys think? It's very pretty. Very pretty. This looks nice. Let's just go back. Okay. What? No, I don't want this. What the game? I don't want this. Why didn't you understand? Okay, translation. Fine. I will update my save. This game is so insistent. So, okay. From my bad acting, I'm sure you can understand that what I just did. That was intended. So here we're just gonna just fall down. This guy is just too hard. We're just gonna go ahead and just die. It's fine. So you can't actually win that fight. So it's just faster just to hit your HP to 0, because all you have to do is initiate the fight, and then once your HP hits 0, it just continues onward afterwards. I'm forgetting to split everything. It's okay. This is not going to PB anyway. Who cares? So this is a cool little trick you can do here. So you see these guards over here? Yeah, we just go right past them. So that is only possible on the that is not possible in the 1.2-3, aka the current patch on the game. So we're gonna enter here, and this is the Vermilion dungeon. So what we just did was we just skipped over like a bunch of stuff. If anyone has played this game casually, they know how much we just skipped over. So now we are going to. So now we're gonna enter here. So anyone can guess right what's about to happen next. You guys get a free cookie. So if you guess that we're going to go straight to the final dungeon, you'd be correct. Try 6 times trying to do so. Fair enough. And so now we need to do another character swap. Just in case I mess up again. Thanks for that. Alright, so that was not what I meant to eat. That is bad. That's not that big of a deal. I just have one less for. That's. So as you might guess, we're a bit under leveled for this, but due to the fact that we have Shizuka, yeah, she saves a buttload of time just killing these guys. Wow, I actually got that. I didn't get that in practice, unfortunately, but I got it I got it in the run that doesn't matter, so hooray, I guess. This really sucky run of mine. I got it. Alright, so this is like one of the 2 rooms that we're actually going to do intended. The rest of them we're just going to break into itty bitty pieces. Okay, please. Thank you. So now we're just going to save warp pretty much past like 90% of these rooms. Not this one, unfortunately, because this one, the door is locked on that side for some reason. All the other ones, they're not blocked. They're not, but this one is for some very odd reason. We're not sure why. So if anyone's curious why I'm shooting this guy with neutral while I'm waiting for him to I'm waiting for him to start going active again, because that's when I can start pounding him and try and break him again. And once he breaks, then I can kill his first side. And this is what's known as double dipping. This will come into play for another boss. But for now, just keep it in mind. Saves a little bit. Saves a little bit of time. Oops. Alright, so we're going to save warp here, and then we're going to save warp stack into this room. So this is going to essentially have us be able to skip over this entire room. Please. Please. So, this game likes to drop inputs for me for some reason. For any other runner, it doesn't do that. Just me. I don't know why it doesn't like me. It just doesn't. Like, I have an input displayer and everything, so people can literally contest for me that it just doesn't like me. Oh my god, I'm playing bad. I am bad. So, I just like to do the right one there. You can do either one, it's not that big of a deal. Oops. What am I doing? So we're going to do another save warp stack here. Can you blame it? Fair. Fair. You're not wrong. So, guys, I want you guys to put your guesses in the chat of what level we're going to end this in the game with. What do you guys think? I'm really curious what you guys think. Because if you haven't actually seen the run with the current route, then you probably don't know. God dang it. This game sucks. 7, 4, 9. We're already at 4, so we're already past level 4, so it's definitely not 4. 22. One of you are close. I won't say who, but one of you are close.
$153
was close. Yeah, dude. Is there a level cap? Yes. The level cap is 99. Oh my god, please focus your attacks. Jeez. Alright. We are level 7. So this is the biggest puzzle in the entire game. It is the only one we actually do in the speedrun now. And the what am I doing? What am I waiting for? I didn't actually have to wait there. That was actually dumb of me. That was actually dumb of me because I don't know why I was waiting. I didn't need to wait. It's okay. There we go. Oh my. I am big dumb. I am playing really stupid. Like, where is my brain, dude? Not in the video game, that's for sure. Hit the thing! Oh my god, how did I get hit by that? I'm mad. That was clutch. That was a butt clencher. Alright, so now we are on the final gauntlet here. This is like pretty much taking everything we did on the last, like, for the first 2 floors and then just kind of combining them together. So, get your guesses in the chat now, what you think. Your final guesses in the chat. Okay, so if we miss this one, it's not that big of a deal. You can stun lock this guy to oblivion, essentially. It's pretty funny that you can pull it off. It's a bit difficult, but it's not, like, impossible. I've done it, like, quite a few times. It's just, I've just been completely off my groove this entire run, so... Alright, so anyone that guessed level 10, you are correct. Did anyone guess level 10? Nobody? It's okay if you didn't guess level 10. Like, no one would guess that. It's a bit of an arbitrary number. Guess 10. Dang, dude. Big brain over here. Coming in with the big brain strats. Sure, we'll go with the little defense, extra defense here. Yep, there we go, cool. Okay. So this is the longest, this is like literally like 90% of the run right here. Because this fight is extremely long. Even with the skips that I'm not going to be doing, unfortunately, because I just haven't really learned them yet. Plus, it requires a little bit of grinding that wastes about like 3 minutes. So essentially how this works is he will have this bubble around him, and we just essentially just beat it up until it breaks, and then we just beat him up while he's stunned. That's essentially the thought process. Obviously, they'll be mixed up here and there. He'll start adding in new, different tricks and stuff like that. I was not paying attention. Oh, okay. I was trying to look at chat. Probably shouldn't be looking at chat at the most, like... Die already! Oh my god, he almost actually, like... made me. Hit the pressure bubble. Okay, I'm just gonna, like, cool down. Hell, I was... When did I swap out? This game's weird sometimes. Okay, so something I have not mentioned before, I kind of forgot to mention, is about the elemental overload. I always forget to talk about it. So the game kind of has this kind of punishment system for overusing your elements, which is known as the elemental overload. But as long as you manage your elements okay, manage your overload okay, you essentially almost never will overload. But I've been playing very poorly this run. This still probably come very well under estimate, but this is probably gonna be, this is gonna be like a 43 if I'm lucky. Oh my goodness, why am I playing so badly? It's okay. Oh, I actually went for wave. That's hilarious. Okay. So these turn phases here, he just like essentially is just same thing as like when we fought the other original turrets. He just does those and stuff like that. But yeah, 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 I forgot to mention that part. Yeah, I switch back to neutral to let it cool off because attacking in neutral also makes the cooldown go faster, as you might have seen. Sorry, it's, again, like I said, there's a lot of stuff going on all at once. It's hard to like try and keep up and talk about all of it. A lot of micromanaging. I almost had him. Okay, so this is the laser phase. He's gonna just shoot a bunch of lasers. I'm just gonna, for fun, we're just gonna try and dodge him. Just because it's kind of boring just to let him just kind of sit there and let him shoot you. Alright, that is phase 1 out of 2. So now we are on the phase 2 of the final boss. So we get good RNG. It's a 50-50 if he goes for the shooting phase or if he goes for the fist phase. We want the fist phase because that means he will automatically go into this phase. Again, it's 50-50. Looks like I didn't need those Durians after all. But it's still good to have them for safety. Alright, so these two phases are a mixture of both ice and fire and wave and shock, but as long as we do this correctly, we will only see ice and wave as long as we do this correctly. So a neat little optimization you can do there. Before the cutscene starts, as long as you make sure to eat, you can actually skip over the eating animation. It's a small little optimization you can do. So here, we're basically kind of trying to do like a little power-up phase here. Essentially, his HP is way too high for us to actually do damage, so Sergei is powering us up so we can essentially be able to kill him. So we have to go through 2 like full waves of these kind of little trick here. To get fully powered up. Okay, that still hit me somehow. Okay. There we go. Yeah, so a fun fact about this game, about this fight, and another fight that we completely skipped over, actually. I won't spoil it for anybody that wants to play this game casually. These numbers are real. They look like they're fake, like they're just exaggerated numbers. No, they're real numbers, which is absolutely insane. Yeah, attack is 999, because it caps at 999, but you actually can go over 999, as you can see when I use this. I'm still doing more damage. So yeah, we're just trying to shoot these balls so we can essentially power up. So we're going through all 4 of the elements, from ice to fire, wave to shock. Technically, the actual names are heat and cold, but I think heat and cold are silly names, so I call them hot, fire, and ice. So you can all fight me in the chat. Casual trillion damage? Yeah, of course. Don't you do just a trillion damage in your MMORPGs? You telling me you don't? Then you might want to get on that Crossworlds level, dude. Yeah. By the way, if anyone doesn't know, this game's actually based off of an MMO. It is like supposed to be. Well, it's not based off of an MMO. The game setting is in an MMO. Again, I'm not going to spoil much of the story. Just try and keep it mostly spoiler free for anybody that wants to pick up this game casually. Living in, I mean, that would just fall under isekai, basically. A type of isekai. Yeah. Epilepsy warning, by the way. I'm sorry. I try to I always forget to warn people. When you start getting like really high numbers of damage, it starts to like really flash like that. It's just killer in people's eyes. I apologize if there's any people with epilepsy in the chat. Alright, so for the final phase, he's going to essentially go through all 4 of the elements. Does this super low powered up ability that you kind of saw he did with all the other ones. Except he's going to switch between them from fire to ice to wave to shock. In that order. And he's going to do 3 different attacks. And then he's going to do 1 big combined attack, and then he's just going to be vulnerable for the rest of the time. And then we can kill him, essentially. So this is still going to be like a 42. Not bad. Definitely could have been much, much better, but I just like choked the beginning super hard. And time. Sick gold. But like a good man once said, and thus the experience is over. I hope you guys enjoyed at least of this horrific run. I apologize for absolutely choking the beginning and just having really shitty commentary all the way through it. Like I said, I messed up the beginning and it just threw me off my groove. But I hope you guys at least enjoyed it nonetheless.